Hey Taurus, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are doing the month ahead prediction reading for you. Normally I would delay a week until the very, very start of August, but next month, I should say, is going to be a pretty big month. We do have 2 full moons next month, both of which are super moons. So I will actually be doing our full moon shadow work reading as next week's individual readings. The second full moon I will be doing as an all signs reading as per usual. But a lot going on. We have just changed south and north nodes into different signs and also have started a Venus retrograde as well. I will also let everyone know that if you leave a comment on one of my videos, you will go in the draw for a free personal reading. I'll be drawing that when we hit our first 100 subscribers. So please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel as well. Just a super small channel. So I do really appreciate every single one of you so far. Thank you very much for all your support. Okay, but today we are going to be using the Dreaming Way lenormand. I also have the Island Time Wellness Oracle deck, but starting our readings off today with the magical messages from the Fairies Oracle. All right, so I'm going to draw one of those for our general portion and one for our love portion, and then we'll sort of go a bit further into it with the lenormand, okay? So getting on into it for Taurus. Taurus for August, please. And a card for Taurus for love in August, please. Okay, so Taurus, we do have for your general portion, we have drawn the goodbye to the old and hello to the new card there. That does say you finished one part of your life and now a new and even better part is beginning. So this is actually, encapsulates a lot of the changes that are going on for a lot of people at the moment. We've sort of moved from older energy and everyone's sort of changing, having a lot of changes, moving towards brand new things in life and love and whatever that is for everyone. Obviously a lot of people starting new jobs, all those sorts of things as well. So we'll see a little bit more about what that's all about. But I dare say, Taurus, that you have sort of just come through an important phase of your life and definitely ready to head into those new energies and see what comes next for you, I suppose. Pardon? Okay, Taurus. Taurus for August 2023. Okay, and just one more to clarify that message, please. Okay, so this is coming through as kind of like advice, more so than a direct message. But what we do see, firstly, we do have the road card coming in. So that kind of lets us know that you are definitely on the right path one way or another, Taurus. But we do see that there is going to be some sort of important choice or decision that's coming along for you in August. As you can sort of see, it's kind of choosing which path to take from here. All right, so as we saw with that oracle card, you're moving on from the past and now deciding which way to venture into your future. All right, so but I do feel that for a lot of you, there is a specific important choice that you are going to be needing to make this month. So like I said there, that could be in a lot of things. It's not really showing me clearly exactly what area of your life that is in regard to, but it could be, a choice in love. Do you follow this love connection? A choice in career. Do you follow a new career direction? It's really just about choosing which direction you're heading from here. So my personal advice for you this month would be to be very, very clear with what it is you want and how to get to it. Okay, because we do find that this kind of fork in the road, a lot of the time those paths will lead you to the same place. It's kind of that, that destined path that your life is taking one way or another. But you do find that one of those roads is, going to be a bit more of a struggle, is probably going to involve a lot more detours than, the straight path directly to the thing. All right. So I do find that when you see the road, you really want to be clear about exactly what you want to come in for you next, and sort of take those steps, those first little steps that needed on that path. And that will be quite clear to you, I believe. With the path here, we do sometimes find, that sense of feeling of sort of not knowing which direction to take. Like I said, those paths all do merge and conjoin eventually anyway, and they do get you to where you need to go. So it's more a matter of, being clear in your choices. So, if you make a specific choice, standing by it, standing firm by that choice, regardless of whether you're hit suddenly with some detours or unexpected, stops along that path. As long as you're clear that, yes, I'm taking this path, I'm sticking to this path, I'm not going to sort of wander off the actual path itself. Those detours are just that, just little detours and small obstacles, that are going to be there regardless. Okay. But what we actually do have next is the masculine energy, as well as the clouds energy. And now I wanted to show you these together, as they are actually quite a similar energy, because these are both sort of a non-emotional type of energy. These are the stuck in your head, logical types of energies. All right. The masculine there, I don't genderize the cards. We do just sort of talk about the masculine elements. So the masculine elements are, that non-emotional side of yourself, controlling your thoughts, controlling, the way that you do things in quite a logical, thought out manner. And the clouds is all about your thoughts. All right. And it does remind us with the clouds as well to, yes, be quite logical in the way that you're coming, and looking at things, and looking at the choices offered to you at the moment, laying them out to yourself in quite a logical manner, but also not allowing yourself to sort of overthink and get too far ahead into, like worst case scenarios, because that's just going to lead you to anxiety and confusion in the long run. It's a message of sort of, laying things out for yourself in a very logical manner, but then, yes, being very clear in those choices that we do make, and sort of standing by them, not allowing yourself to get to that point of anxiety, overthinking, clouded judgment, all that sort of stuff. So it's kind of letting us know that the way to cut through any confusion at the moment is to just look at things quite logically. Your emotions may be trying to sway you certain directions, but if you're looking at your emotions in a very sort of logical manner at the moment, and having a lot of control over your thoughts, like I said, controlling yourself from delving into overthinking or worst case scenarios. All right, it's really, with the clouds there, it really is a time to be looking for the silver lining. All right. So when you're looking at things in a logical manner, that does involve looking at the positives and the negatives, not just the negatives. All right. So we do find sometimes with the clouds, people do tend to, let those negative thoughts take over. But from a very logical perspective, they're not going to be outweighed by the positives. We do find, there's always positives and negatives. Every cloud does have a silver lining. So it's really actually stopping and logically looking for those silver linings as well. So even if you're having that negative thought of, oh, this could happen, stopping yourself and sort of saying, controlling your thoughts and saying, but this could happen, and then that would be the best result. Potentially the best results could also come from that as well. All right. So really stopping your thoughts from sort of racing, I suppose, and just bringing them back down into a logical zone, a very intellectual kind of zone where you are controlling yourself from, delving too deep into overthinking or overanalysis of your choices, and just making that choice and in a very clear, firm way, and then standing by that choice and steering yourself directly along that path without sort of veering off, going and looking at flowers kind of thing. Because, if we were going to suggest that, we would be seeing the feminine energy, all right, if we were stopping and looking at all the flowers along the way rather than focusing on the road. So I do feel, Taurus, that you are sort of, on a very clear sort of path, coming into the near future. They're coming into August on a pretty very like a clear path, and it's just a matter of keeping control of your thoughts while you stay on the path for yourself. All right, but lo and behold, with that road, we do find, like I said, that no matter which path you take, it's the right one for you. Okay, but I do have that message clarified by the Tower. All right, so the Tower does actually let us know that what we're talking about is talking about setting up the foundations for something. All right, so whatever choices you are making, keeping in mind that you want to set the strongest foundation that you possibly can. All right. So I feel for you, Taurus, that at the moment we're actually really setting ourselves up for things in the long-term future. All right. So you may not even see the end of that path for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. But as long as you set those foundations strong, you're going to get there. You know that path is going to lead to that thing. So I do feel that what we're sort of looking at is some long-term goals of yours, Taurus, and making clear decisions to, like I said, just take a few little steps towards that long-term goal. It may be something that, like I said, not going to actually see the fruits of your labor for 5-10 years, but as long as you set that foundation really strong and stand tall and firm in your choices, you will get there. All right. The Tower also does let us know, especially with those the thoughts being quite active here and logical, that you may actually need to take some time to yourself as well. It can talk about solitude. All right. So I dare say that, if you feel as though you've got, multiple people telling you, make this choice, make that choice, make this choice, it's really just advising you to, stand tall and firm within yourself, and take some time away from other people if you need to, in order to make that choice in a very clear manner for yourself, a very logical manner. All right. But sort of not letting external influences change the way that you're making your choices. All right. So setting the foundations really, really strong, though, so that, 10 years from now, that the Tower doesn't topple on over. You're at this point where you're building that for yourself for the future. All right, so that's what we have for you in general. So that's quite a very interesting message. Like I said, I can't actually see, what specifically area of life that is in regard to. So it's probably going to be a little bit different for everyone within the collective. But then when we do look directly at love, we are seeing a bit sort of more of that past energy coming back through. We do have that let go card has come through for you. That does say, as you surrender the need to control, your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires. All right, so that's kind of the opposite message to what we've seen in your general spread, because that was all about, maintaining control and having control of your own thoughts and whatnot. Whereas letting go, this is talking about releasing control, but of your emotional self. All right, so it's kind of just talking about going with the flow, with the emotional self, with your heart space. All right, so it's releasing that need to control your heart space. So it's fine for you to be in a very controlling mode of your thoughts and your logical brain and your reality. At the moment, you do need that logical control of your reality at this time. But when it comes to heart space, we really are seeing that, that releasing that control. So it's feeling like a big time of trying to find some balance for you, Taurus, between the two sides of yourself, the logical brain, that needs that control, and then the other side of you, trying to release control when it comes to love specifically. So in matters of the heart, it's advising us to sort of do the opposite and release that control and just allow the feelings to be. All right. So, and it will actually we do say, see that it does rapidly attract your desires. Talking about relaxed energy, okay? So it's kind of, not taking love so seriously, letting it to just flow. All right, so we'll get a bit more detail about that for you as well, Taurus. Taurus, love for Taurus in August, please. Okay, so we are firstly seeing the whip energy. So that is a sort of controlling type energy. And this is what we're talking about releasing from yourself, Taurus. Okay, because that is like that, it's like punishment, control, punishment. It is kind of, it can be linked with the whole, BDSM sort of stuff as well. So there is a lot of, physical, sex can sometimes come through with the whip card as well. But so if that's you, you'll know. But so there may be the opportunity to explore that a little bit more. But I do feel for you, Taurus. This is all about that sort of beating yourself up energy, that self-flagellation, that punishment that you've put yourself through when it comes to love, and it's talking about actually releasing control of that, and not beating yourself up over the past, over the way that you look at love, the way that you deal with love, the way that you give and receive love. It's telling you to sort of step back from controlling those troubling elements of love. So I do feel, Taurus, that there's probably an aspect of you that does sort of feel like love is just trouble. It just causes me drama. It just causes me trouble and tension in my life. And that's what you're kind of needing to release control of, to just let it happen. Sometimes these bad things, you probably know yourself, Taurus, that, even though things may have happened in the past in a negative way, you've probably learned and grown a lot from those experiences. And so it's really talking about, even if you do have I feel that there's probably a Taurus or two out there who is sort of beating themselves up over something that they have done in the past when it comes to love, certain behaviors or actions, or I do feel that for one of you, this is you let someone walk away that you shouldn't have, kind of a vibe coming through, and you're kind of beating yourself up about that. But let go of that control, stop beating yourself up about that, and just let it be. Like it's obviously happened for a reason. We do have that path in your spread, so it already lets us know that all these things have happened as part of your journey. Even if they feel like they were horrible things, that they were against the nature of what you wanted, they all have sort of been just a part of your journey up to this point. So there's no need to hold on to the past and hold on to the negative things from the past, because that's just holding you back from actually getting your true desires to come in when it comes to love. All right, because then we actually do see the letter, all right, which is communication, followed by the clover. All right, so after you let go of your control of yourself, of surrender your control of that need to feel guilty or blame, when it comes to things that have happened for you in your love life. Remove all blame from yourself, from others. I feel forgiveness is probably a strong thing for you at the moment, Taurus. Once you release all that, you will actually be getting communication about being able to, start taking some more chances in love. All right. And this is direct communication. So we do sort of see with the letter, it could be, an actual old school love letter, or it could be, texting, emailing, phone calls, in person, online, all sorts of communication, but definitely a lot of communication. And I do see with the clover, it really does talk about lucky communication. It's kind of that communication that you start talking to the person at the right time, you meet someone at the right time, or if it hasn't been the right time for you and this person in the past, that all of a sudden the timing is sort of coming in through correctly. So it's sort of communicating the right time. And we do have with the clover, it's a lot of good luck, all right, and successful type energy. You pick a 4-leaf clover and you'll have good luck. So I do feel as though there will be some sort of direct communication coming towards you, that you will sort of, start opening up to this person, and it's sort of allowing you to start taking chances, on love, and taking that risk to, allow love in, controlling the need to avoid it. I feel for some of you, and you're actually starting to open up to, oh, well, you know, this feels like it's kind of supposed to be the way that things are going, and this communication feels quite lucky. So for some of you, okay, the clover sometimes can talk about like unexpected success in things like gambling, all right, some short-term luck with things like gambling. So I do feel that for a couple of you, this is actually talking about, like a communication directly involving some sort of gambling. So like someone wants to take you to the races, or to a casino or something like that. Okay, just for one or two of you, you will have very good luck with that little journey. It's okay. It's safe for you to take a risk within the short term, as long as there's that love connection, and they've sort of communicated to you, oh, let's go to the casino. You will have a bit of good luck there, and because I am getting a bit of a financial thing coming through with that as well. So there definitely could be some good luck in a casino, or some form of gambling, the races, or even stocks and investments and those sorts of things. You may be getting some direct communication about those, that is sort of leading you in the right direction of love, which is kind of an odd message. Stocks and investments are probably the last place you would expect to sort of have your eyes opened a bit more to the idea of love, but that's what I'm feeling. So that's quite an interesting message there, Taurus. You'll have to let me know in the future. That's why I do sort of mention, the races or casinos, because that's obviously, more likely somewhere where you may, encounter romance is like a casino or something like that. But I am getting strongly stocks and investments as well. So, but I'll grab a couple of those island time for you as well. Taurus, what's going on in August for Taurus with love, please? Okay, so we're seeing some of these things that, we are seeing kind of a bit of that energy that has brought about that whip energy in you yourself there. So we do have the runner, all right, as well as the girl with the snake here. The runner does say runner in a codependent relationship, a fear of intimacy, and listening to the ego. So I do feel as though for some of you, this is kind of been not not so much you, but it's been partly the issue in the past. That fear of intimacy, I feel, is what's sort of screaming out to me there. Is that you, Taurus, have had a bit of a fear of intimacy, and that's why it's sort of letting us know that you will be getting some communication about it being safe for you to take a bit of a chance on having that intimate connection with somebody. All right. We do have the girl with the snake that does say empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enabling, and boundaries. So I do feel as though this is what sort of this runner and girl with the snake may have something to do with why you do have this sort of self-punishment kind of energy, this past trouble energy, that you do need to let go of before we can sort of move forward into this other energy here. Because once we see that clover energy coming through, we actually have the soulmate card has come through as well. So that does say soul connection, partnership, agreement, and soul contract. So, like I said, with the letter and the clover, and that I was talking about, that stocks or investment kind of thing, some sort of financial connection there for some of you. That actually has the word partnership and agreement. It has the word contract in that card. So somehow we may be, connecting with a soulmate through some sort of financial communication. So just one or two of you there. That's quite interesting, but I hope that resonates for you, Taurus. As always, you're more than welcome to check your other placements, but hopefully I will see you all again soon.